What's up, y'all? Frenchy here at the red carpet premiere for Being The Ricardos. Listen, if you love I Love Lucy, then you're going to enjoy this film. Check this out.
This is places for scene A.
Scene A. Action.
Lucy, I'm home.
Why is this coming out now?
Lucille Ball's a threat to the American way of life?
Does the FBI have any case against Lucy?
I need you to help me save my marriage.
How many times I gotta explain where I was and what I was doing?
You gotta explain.
Are you being funny right now?
I'm Lucille Ball. When I'm being funny, you'll know it.
This is getting out of hand.
Madness.
Have you been cheating on me?
The story's made up.
If they boo me,
If they boo you, we're done.
Sorry, I got lost for a second.
you're my hero. I care about what works. I care about what's funny. I care about you.
Oh, you're scaring the shit.
I was just gonna say, good show.
Good show.
Good show. We've been through worse than this.
We have.
No.
Iconic TV show. What is one of your favorite moments from I Love Lucy? If you can pick one, because there's so many, I know.
It's tough. I mean, look, I don't want to seem obvious, but I think the episode with the chocolates on the conveyor belt is my favorite one. I mean, that's like, it's the kind of bit where when you see it, you're like, oh, I think I know what's going to happen. It doesn't even matter. She's so good that it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Now, what can fans be looking forward to seeing you in next?
Me? Well, after this, I'm going to be on a Enstarz show called Gaslit, which is starring Sean Penn and Julia Roberts about Watergate. Very, very excited about that one. It's great.
What's it been like for you as actors building chemistry during the pandemic on Zoom and having to just make that work?
You know, I got to tell you, for me, it doesn't work. I've been putting myself on tape for the last 2 years, which has its pros and cons, but the Zoom thing is like just a nightmare. I got to tell you, sort of kills the chemistry. You know what I mean? But I've been very fortunate to get a couple of jobs like this one and the one I just mentioned. And despite the whole Zoom thing, and that's been sort of the most special part of the whole pandemic, basically.
And then my final question for you, your best Ricky Ricardo impression. What you got?
Lucy, I'm home.
There you go. There you go. Don't kill me, fans. Yeah.
Such an American classic. What does it mean to be a part of something like this?
It really means everything. It's very meaningful to me still, even months after having shot it. I have a history of watching the show with my grandmother, appreciating Lucille Ball and her gifts, her comedy through so many years. I've loved Javier and Nicole's work for as long as they showed up on the scene. You know, when Americans first became aware of them, I've just watched them from afar. So to be part of this and be able to work with them and play and tell this story, it was just a dream. And Aaron Sorkin, I mean, come on. I've wanted to work with him. I don't know any actor in the universe who doesn't want to work with that man, and he was a joy to work with. It was my first time auditioning for him, and first time working with him, and it was incredible. I felt like I wasn't acting. I just got to play and be there with everyone and tell the story, and yeah.
What has it been like for you as actors and actresses during this time, as far as like being able to build chemistry while being on Zoom calls?
Ooh, incredibly, I've learned in this time it's possible. You don't think so at first, but I was lucky. You know, when everything shut down, you know, I work with, when I'm not working on a film or TV show or in theater, I'm working with my teacher. I keep working because I want to work on Shakespeare and Ibsen and just keep doing the work I love. It's like going to the gym, right? So when we couldn't go into our buildings to do that work, Zoom, we learned how to utilize the technology. And suddenly I was doing, you tend to see Williams or Shakespeare, you could communicate still. We found that it was possible. It's not, frankly, not as satisfying to me and others, I think, as in-person, right, connection, but it is possible. So that was the pretty magical thing to discover, and that's, getting cast in this film was on a tape. I never met Aaron, so it's possible to communicate and tell stories in this way, and then but the joy though of being in person is just, there's nothing like it.
I'm enjoying this right now.
Yeah, me too. It's true. And connect, and yeah, I crave that. So
I'm sure you've seen a lot of I Am Lucy episodes. Your favorite, if you can pick one.
someone else asked that. I can't pick one. I mean, these are ones I think everyone can agree on. The grape stomping episode, the chocolate factory. Those are just two, and I could go on, but I won't.
Such a big part of American culture. What does it feel to be a part of something like this tonight?
I think I'm still gonna be fired. No, I am just, it's overwhelming. It's an iconic show, but then the cool thing about this is you hear so much behind the scenes stuff that went on. She dealt with a lot, but I saw just this incredibly funny woman performing. But man, there was a lot going on behind the scenes, and Nicole just completely embodied that.
I think for many of us, that's exactly what we saw on television. Is there anything that shocked you that you found out about while working on this film?
I think just the fact that, when she got pregnant, they wanted a pregnancy episode, and the execs didn't want her to do that because they had never seen pregnancy on a TV. And it's stuff like that is crazy, so they were real trailblazers in that, which seems crazy, but they were trailblazers.
Any favorite moment from I Love Lucy?
Yeah, there was the chocolate factory scene where chocolates are going on the conveyor belt, it goes out of control, and she just starts popping chocolates in her mouth. And there was a fluidity to her comedy, and she never pushed it. It was so awesome to watch.
What has it been like for you actors building chemistry through Zoom during this pandemic?
Zoom, I think we're all going through like Zoom detox. But it's, I will say, it's amazing how people have adapted, because at first you're like, are we going to be able to have table reads and all that kind of stuff? And soon we're having table reads over Zoom and we're figuring it out. And it's been almost 2 years. It'll be, I guess, 2 years in January, which is crazy, so stuff like that is, I'm thankful that people have adapted and we're adapting.
And then what can fans be looking forward to? What you got working on? What you're working on next? I know you're always working.
Grateful to be working. I'm doing the second season of Mysterious Benedict Society in January, so I'm grateful for that. And then I just finished shooting Hocus Pocus 2. I play the mayor, so that was fun. Yeah.
Getting to play such an iconic character, Fred Mertz, on this project, what does it mean to you?
At first it meant abject terror, because it was intimidating. And I think we all felt that, the four of us, who played these iconic characters. Obviously, Lucy and Ricky being the most iconic. I think we all, well, that's not true. Actually, Javier was like, yes, I want to do it. I'm in. All the rest of us were like, yes, of course I want to do it. It's exciting, but it also, kind of scares me. So it took a while to kind of wrap my brain around it and be brave enough to say, yeah.
Was there anything that shocked you while working on this film?
No, nothing that shocked me. What continually sort of delighted me on a daily basis was looking at Nicole and Javier and Nina and particularly, but also the rest of the cast, Tony and Ali and Jake, and just seeing the characters that they were playing and seeing, here we are in 1952 and seeing the magnificent work that was going on around me that I was like trying to keep up with.
It was a lot of watching her, absorbing her, talking to her daughter, watching documentaries, interviews, listening, and then throwing all that away and going, just go for it. It was complicated.
Absolutely stunning.
Thank you. What is the problem? Love. And in all its sort of complication and love story, people don't have to stay together forever. to actually have a successful relationship, you know. And I think Desi and Lucy, they didn't make it till the very end of their lives together, but boy, they made something beautiful together. They made 2 beautiful children. They made this show. They created a legacy, and they trailblazed for others to follow. And that's a successful relationship. Glorious. He is so talented. He's such a great actor, and I think he's so good in the film, and I'm so glad that I was able to be his wife.
Being a part of a Hollywood couple, did you resonate with anything when getting into character for this film?
I think it's hard to sort of, there were so many things I could relate to in her, which is, I think a lot of people could relate to her when they watch it. You think she's so far off there, but that's the genius of Sorkin's writing, is that he's made this woman who you kind of admire and who inspires you, but you feel her. She's vulnerable. She's a go-getter. I love saying she's the smartest person in the room, and she doesn't apologize for that, and I love that. And the hardest worker too.
You've worked on so many iconic films. What made this one so special for you? I know you were really excited about this when you heard about the casting.
Well, I was chasing it. I thought I wanted to inhabit this person because I still feel that he was a revolutionary, a man who really made a change, and also a beautiful soul to me to be part of, because he was musical and he had this comedy timing that it was so perfect.
And then being a part of a Hollywood couple as well, what resonated with you? How did you resonate so much with the character when making this?
Well, I would say never do a show with your wife that lasts for 4 years. That's a lot.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to watch.
Okay.